Hello, my friend. It's in pies, candies, sauces, and sodas. It shaped American desserts and fueled decades of controversy. From Midwest cornfields to your kitchen shelf, what's really inside every bottle of Karo corn syrup? And how did it become both a baking staple and a public health debate? Corn syrup origins, sweetness from the stalk. Corn syrup's story starts on the farm. For centuries, Americans relied on honey and cane sugar for sweetness. In the late 1800s, a German chemist developed a way to use enzymes to break down cornstarch into sweet, thick syrup. In 1902, the Corn Products Refining Company launched Karo syrup, the first mass-produced corn syrup in the US. Fact: Karo became famous for pecan pie, first appearing in recipes during the 1930s. Corn farming, the raw material behind the syrup. Karo syrup begins with one of America's biggest crops: corn. The US is the world's top corn producer, harvesting over 15 billion bushels annually. Most corn for syrup comes from the Midwest Corn Belt: Iowa, Illinois, Nebraska, and Minnesota. Production chain: field corn, not sweet corn, is harvested, cleaned, and milled. Corn is separated into starch, oil, fiber, and protein at massive wet milling plants. The starch is the key ingredient for syrup production. Sustainability. Modern growers use GPS-guided planters, minimal-till farming, and water-efficient practices, though there are ongoing concerns over monoculture and fertilizer runoff. The science: how corn becomes syrup. 1. Starch extraction. Corn kernels are steeped, ground, and the starch is separated. 2. Enzyme breakdown. Enzymes, alpha amylase, glucoamylase, convert starch into glucose molecules. 3. Purification. The syrup is filtered and evaporated to remove water, yielding a thick, sweet liquid. 4. Bottling. Karo syrup is pasteurized and packaged in familiar red, light, and blue, dark bottles. Types of Karo syrup. Light corn syrup. Clear, mild, made mostly of glucose, sometimes with vanilla flavor. Dark corn syrup. Contains refiner's syrup, molasses-like, salt, caramel, and a bolder flavor. High fructose corn syrup, HFCS. While often confused, Karo classic corn syrup is not HFCS. HFCS is used mainly in sodas and processed foods, produced by converting some glucose to fructose for more sweetness. The baking revolution. Why Karo became a staple corn syrup in the kitchen. Prevents crystallization in candy, fudge, and caramel, creating smooth, glossy textures. Moistens and preserves baked goods. Think pecan pie, marshmallows, glazes. Adds mild, reliable sweetness without masking other flavors. Cultural legacy. The first Karo pecan pie recipe appeared in the 1930s and quickly became a Southern holiday tradition. Today, over 50 million bottles of Karo are sold annually in the US. Economics, big business, small ingredient data. The US corn refining industry is worth over $23 billion a year. Corn syrup makes up a small but steady slice, used in both household and industrial baking. Industry facts. Most US corn syrup is used by bakeries, candy makers, and food processors. Karo is a household name, but ADM, Cargill, and Ingredion dominate bulk corn syrup supply. Job impact. Supports farmers, truckers, factory workers, food scientists, and supply chain specialists. Food science. What makes corn syrup unique? Chemical properties. Mostly glucose, dextrose, a simple sugar. Viscous, clear, resists crystallization, prevents grainy candies. Humectant, helps retain moisture in foods. Nutritional note. Karo corn syrup. 60 calories per tablespoon, 0 fat, 0 protein, pure carbohydrate. Comparisons. Cane sugar is sucrose, glucose plus fructose. while corn syrup is nearly all glucose. Corn syrup's neutral flavor lets other ingredients shine. Health debates and controversy. The big question, is corn syrup unhealthy? Classic Karo corn syrup is different from high fructose corn syrup, HFCS. Both are pure carbs. Excess intake of any added sugar can contribute to obesity, diabetes, and metabolic disease. HFCS, not classic Karo, has been linked to increased calorie consumption in sodas and ultra-processed foods. Regulatory stance. The FDA classifies corn syrup as GRAS, generally recognized as safe, for food use. The American Heart Association recommends limiting all added sugars to 6 to 9 teaspoons a day. Industry response. Karo provides recipes, portion guidance, and now promotes baking, in moderation. Innovation and the modern corn syrup industry product. Innovation. Organic and non-GMO Karo lines for health-conscious bakers. Squeeze bottles, recyclable packaging, and tamper-proof caps. Online recipe hubs, QR codes, and digital kitchen tools. Supply chain. GFSI-certified plants, Global Food Safety Initiative. Automation and traceability from farm to bottle. Alternative sweeteners. With the rise of agave, maple, stevia, and monk fruit, Karo has added Karo Light, with stevia, for reduced calorie baking. Sustainability and the future of corn syrup. Environmental efforts. Partnerships with farmers to reduce fertilizer, pesticide use. Support for regenerative agriculture and soil health. Efforts to make corn refining more energy and water efficient. Food waste. Corn syrup's shelf stability means less spoilage in pantries and on store shelves. R&D. Research into biodegradable plastics from corn syrup derivatives. Plant-based packaging, circular economy innovations. Culture and community, more than a sweetener. Karo is part of America's baking DNA. Thanksgiving pies, candy, and childhood memories. Used in food pantries and holiday charity baking. Community outreach. Baking contests, school science demos, think homemade slime, and food bank donations. Global perspective. Corn syrup is used worldwide in candy, Asian desserts, beverages, and even pharmaceuticals. A sweet story with a complex legacy. Corn syrup, and Karo in particular, is more than just a sweetener. It's a tale of innovation, efficiency, and evolving tastes. It's a window into how agriculture, science, and business shape even the simplest foods. Its story mirrors America's love of sweetness and the responsibility that comes with abundance. Final thought. Every drop of Karo tells a story, from the cornfields to the candy shop, from family pies to debates over health and sustainability. The future of sweetness will be defined not just by flavor, but by the choices we make at every step. How do you use corn syrup? In classic desserts, creative recipes, or something totally new? Should the industry focus more on health, sustainability, or tradition? Share your sweet stories and ideas below. Subscribe to AGRI 360X for more food, farming, and the fascinating science of everyday ingredients. 7 a.m. and 7 p.m.